You've heard of course, birthday bashes before in the past. Well, of course, a lot of people may not know that there's also birthday dashes. And I had my first ever birthday dash today. Of course, I've talked about this before. I started back in December of 2022. So this is the first chance I get to do DoorDash deliveries on my birthday. Today is October 4th, 2023. And here with another edition of the DoorDash daily recap video. Um, didn't turn out so well. Let's just say that from the start. How old am I today? Well, I'm 50 something, of course. Um, it was funny yesterday. My wife, she's like, why are you wearing this 50th birthday stuff for your thumbnail photo when you're 51? You're turning 51, so why are you wearing this stuff? I said, well, the 50 in all the different in those different items matches the channel name 50 something, so leave me alone. um but so would I get tricks today from DoorDash? Would I get treats today? What kind of a dash would it be on my birthday? What messages or what orders would the DoorDash God send me? Well, it was not a good dash, to say the least. Especially one order in particular, which I'll get to, that both the customer and DoorDash messed me over. So not too happy about it. I'm still not in a very good mood here. Ended once again, second day in a row, ended the dash early. Uh Maybe this was a bad idea to do this whole, gearing myself up for a birthday dash. Maybe that was just, stupid, and I shouldn't have done this today. But anyway, they okay. So I logged in at 6:07, and you see here it took over an hour before I got my first order. And again, I just stay here until it starts getting lighter outside. The sun was just starting to peek out at about 10 after 7, quarter after. So I left the apartment here. It's about like 7:15, and I'm actually like on my way um to Jolly Pirate. When I usually, or actually, I can't remember now if I got this order on the way there, or I might have got to my normal parking area that I park at in the mornings, and then I think that's what happened. I think I parked and then immediately got this order. And so even though this was going into downtown at a bad time, I mean, I knew I was going to run into rush traffic, but 21 bucks, and this may tie me up for an hour because of traffic and everything. But I figured, well, might as well just do this instead of like four, $5 to $6 orders. So I went ahead and took this. It ended up being 4 dozen donuts, two regular and then 2 dozen fancy donuts, and going to a office building right near Nationwide Arena downtown Columbus. And I've talked about this in and I had two more examples today, and I've been talking about this in recent videos. The customers with like the instructions. Well, first let me say that so I drive down there and following GPS, and I come up on the building. I still don't really recognize it, and I'm like, where am I going to park here? Because there didn't look to be like any street parking or anywhere around this building. And then kind of like I turn my last corner, and there's like a driveway, and I turn into the place, and then I recognize the place. After there's like this little parking area, there's like a big garage to your left where all the office workers park. Then there's this little parking area that has like 4 spots, and it's just for delivery drivers. And I've been to this place before. Kind of forgot all about it, but super convenient parking, sigh of relief. And then, okay, we get to the bad instructions. I mean, and this really wasn't that big of a deal, but I mean, it's like, still, come on here. The instructions say go up to the 4th floor, and when you get off the elevator and look to your left, there's a table for deliveries. Okay, I go up the elevator and come off of it. I turn to my left. I don't see anything except a couple doors and like a hallway. There's no table. And fortunately, there was this other DoorDash driver up there. I don't think he spoke English too well, but he pointed to like a door, and I go up to it, and it said like, I think it said like food deliveries on the door. And I open the door, and there's these shelves on the wall, and that's where deliveries go. So this customer, I don't get it. What's with the instructions? It's not a table off of the when you get off the elevator. You should have put in your instructions. You turn to your left and look for a room that says food deliveries, and you walk into the room, and it's shelves, not tables. I swear, I don't know, man. After today, I may go on record here and say that DoorDash delivery driving is the hardest job to do in the frickin' world. This is as hard as it gets as far as a career, folks. When you have these deliveries where customers cannot provide instructions, and every single delivery you have to figure out things for yourself like this, I mean, it's just I don't know. I it's just aggravating. Aggravating to no ends. I don't know. I may have I don't know. I don't know. I may have to look for something else to do, or I need to start chilling out here, or I don't know. Maybe I need some kind of medication or something. Who knows, man? I don't know. I can't take anything to mellow me out too much, because obviously I can't fall asleep behind the wheel driving. So what am I supposed to do here? So I deliver that at I was wanting it to be, I was thinking if this could be an hour or less. So I delivered it at 8:02 was the delivery. So, and then obviously coming back to my zone was not nearly as bad as getting there. And then I received so I accepted that at 7:19. And the next offer was, when I was back in my zone, came at 8:13. So, 55 minutes or whatever. All total, and I declined this, going, I'd already been clear up here where the 5G is, and now I gotta go way clear down, south for that, so no, I'm gonna skip that order. And then I get so I figured before I slide this over, so I declined this at 8:13. And I'm like, this is a busy time right here. I should get something that's better fairly soon. And look at this. Within seconds, I got a better offer. With it's like 5 seconds after declining that, I got this. And this ended up being better. And you see how everything, both pickups and the customer, everything's like right on top of each other. I just had to get there. That was the 5 miles, was just getting there. So I get the Tim Hortons first, which was just donuts. That was it. And then it has me go to Meyer. And here is some of the shopping list here. 19 items, but it's only, this is the complete shopping list. So there's only, what, 2, 4, 6, 7 different things here. Almost half of it was these burritos. So this wasn't, and this wasn't bad to shop, except these munchies was out of stock, which kind of surprised me because you usually always see those when you go down the snack aisle, but not today. And the customer was in one of the businesses that was literally just right across the street. So that was easy. Now, the order that messed me over. Now I'll say this is a high pay offer, $57.75 for a shopping order. Can you believe that right there? Now look at the items though, 74 items. And the mileage obviously isn't bad. It's, the only thing here is the 74 items. Now I'm thinking that the reason this is paying so high, the customer left a large tip, probably because there's going to be some heavy stuff here. There's going to be maybe several packs of water, some 50-pound bag of dog food, or it's going to be like some heavier stuff, I'm thinking. You just never know. But I'm thinking, okay, so even this would be a good offer, like even if this took me 2 hours to do, like I say, like it took me an hour and a half to shop this, and a half hour for everything else, getting to the store. Actually, I think I'm already at the store when I get this offer. But a half hour to deliver it and back. If it was 2 hours, this would still be a good order. And I've done high item shops before. I've done one that was like 55 items or something like that, and I did it. So I was like, well, let's try this. The worst that could happen is I drop it. So the next screen here's like a partial list. This was the stuff like at the top of the list here. And right off the bat, I can tell that this is going to be tricky. Okay, earbuds, tricky. Scissors, with something like scissors, that could be in like 3 or 4 different areas of the store. We could be talking hardware, we could be talking school supplies, we could be talking the kitchen scissors. That's about as tricky as it gets, a pair of scissors. Look at this, 2 smartphones. Somebody is really gonna place an order for a smartphone and a DoorDash order. Are you kidding me here? A spray bottle. Okay, here we go again. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about lawn and garden spray bottle? Or are we talking about household cleaning type spray bottle? There's probably 5 different kinds of spray bottles in a big, huge super center like this. I mean, cat stuff I usually don't have too much problems with. And then in addition to all this, there was some food items, but not too much. There was some candles, there was some totes. like these small clear totes that I did find, and then some other stuff that kind of looked like school supply type stuff. These ear, not earrings, but something else for your ears. I have no idea what this even was, or even like where to begin to find. I should have took a screenshot of it, but I didn't. Um, so I started shopping some of the items. I'm about a half hour in to shopping the items when. Oh, now let me back up. When I first start shopping, I get a message from the customer that just says hello, which was kind of weird. And then I sent a message hi back. And then the customer starts sending like 3 or 4 messages about uh, not to hurry and to take my time, and hurrying is what causes mistakes and yada yada yada. Trying to tell me how to shop the order. And I'm thinking to myself, even though I don't say nothing to the customer, I'm thinking to myself, how can I hurry with this order when literally, there's items coming out of all 4 corners of this like super center and in departments in between. This order, literally, you had to go around the whole entire store to shop these 75 items, because there was stuff up front in the produce. There was items in the back of the grocery side, the last aisle. The smartphones was in clearing the other corner of the store, and then she had HBC stuff, which is the fourth corner of the store, which I didn't even get to HBC. But how am I? What are you talking about? Take your time on this, or I have to. So then I get this, and I've never seen this before. Coming up on 2,000 deliveries, I've done all kinds of shopping orders. I've never seen this. All of a sudden I get this pop-up: an item has been added. We've adjusted your pay for this order. You can see your pay when the order is delivered. But you're just adding, and here's, a couple. Look at this. I didn't even see that. I didn't even pay attention to this until now. Look at this. Women's panties in the order. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Oh. Oh. Fuck, man. Okay, so so I mean, for one item, what would DoorDash be adding to this money wise? Another dollar, $2? Do you think they added $5? I mean, I don't know, because I didn't complete the order. So I mean, I'll get to that. You see at this point, okay, so 9:17. I'm not even halfway done. When did I accept the order? It was, so we're about a half hour in here. And I don't half hour in, and I don't even have half of it done. Um and then so what the extra item was, and this is where DoorDash got me. The item that the customer added a half hour in was alcohol. Now, in my opinion, this should have been put on like a complete separate new order, because when I accepted this offer, I didn't agree to alcohol. I did not agree to an alcohol order. And you shouldn't just be able to throw alcohol on me like in the middle of an order. That's BS as far as I'm concerned. Um, I don't know if I've talked about this before or not, but if I could go back to when I first signed up with DoorDash. I wouldn't have took that little alcohol test and signed up to do alcohol orders. I would have skipped it. Here's those earbuds right here, and Avengers bracelets. I mean, where is this going to be? Is this going to be in the the jewelry area? Is it going to be in the kids area? I mean, I have no idea where that would be at. Right after this, I dropped the order. I had about at about that point I had about all total about 40 minutes wrapped up in this, and I was just like, you know what, and probably it was probably going to be an additional 45 minutes anyway. I mean, could I have shopped this? With all these issues and hard to find stuff, could I have shopped this in an hour and a half? Maybe. Another thing that I didn't like was with the cell phones. I asked for help on that. It was in a locked case, so they grabbed the cell phone and they said, "Well, we only have one here. We don't have two." And then so I scanned it and said, you know, this isn't the right item. And I think what I scanned was black. It's supposed to be blue. So they put it back, and I hit item unavailable. Then substitutions come up. And then, you know, the black one came up. I said, oh, can I scan that again? It's in the substitutions. I scanned it. Incorrect item. Well, like, what the heck? And then so I click no substitutions available. It asks me for a picture. I take a shelf picture, and then it sends that to the customer, and with the automated message, would you like a substitution? Then the customer responds yes, and then is like looking at the picture, trying to and whatever the customer would have chosen had to been taken up to the service desk. I couldn't just scan it and put it in my cart. They had to go to the service desk, and then I was going to have to go through a line, and where they were going to have to scan 74 other items and then get the phone from the service desk. And you see why this was like an easy order to drop. And this was just going to take me to 97, and the two other drops are, I looked at this just before starting this video. Those two drops, I told the story from September 23rd, that I got 10 more orders to go, and those drop off. So I'm going to be fine. You can tell I don't drop many orders. This particular order was a perfect time to drop an order. Because like I said, 10 orders from now, I'm going to be at 99%, and it's going to be this one, and you know, I'll be fine. Unbelievable. Trying to think I mean... It's like, I don't get how customers can just place orders like that, expecting a dasher to go all over the store and all kinds of tricky items. I just don't get it. Why you would do that to somebody. I just don't get it. I have, there's a couple different places that I've gone to where PetSmart is one of them, and Giant Eagle. Those are the two stores where I've shopped for items at those stores, as well as I've picked up orders that the store associate shopped. Well, I wish Meijer was the same way, and I wish that this customer could have just placed this order on the Meijer website. Let the store associates get this, because I'm sure they probably have a lot better system in place and ways of finding exact merchandise than the DoorDash app. That's going to get, you know, I know like Walmart with the shoppers there, it gives like exact shelf locations. Whereas the DoorDash app, I mean, it does give some correct aisle numbers, but a lot of the aisle numbers are wrong. Or it'll say like aisle number 10, but it doesn't say there's multiple aisle number 10s in the store. It's not like the grocery aisle number 10. It might be aisle number 10 somewhere else, and it's confusing. Anyway, I'll shut up about it. Next offer, Meyer. Again, and this is after I drop that order and I'm walking out of the store, and immediately they send me another Meyer order. Now only 4 items, but I was frustrated at this point. I didn't want to drive out here, and so decline. Finally, a food order. Thank you very much. 625, less than 3 miles. Thank you. So I got to do, an easy, just pick up food and deliver it. Um, and then I get this Taco Bell order, um, and that was right after you see that I got this like right after I dropped this off. I was still in this area and got that order to come back. That was an easy order. I'd had enough with Meyer for the day, so this was a decline. Again, longer distance, 11 items, decline. I took this one, and this was pretty standard delivery here. Kind of longer distance, but it wasn't too bad. And then I was trying after this order. Then I figured I'd be taking just kind of I'd be cruising for a while because this is like 10 a.m. to 10:45. That's my slow time. So I thought I'd cruise through town to the gas station I normally go to, and as I'm doing my cruise, I'm approaching the pickup for this last order that I took. You can see I'm driving this way. I'm on my way. I'm heading in this direction. I get this Arby's order that has to come back the way I just came from. And again, another issue with customer instructions. I pick up this Arby's order and I'm just following GPS to this customer, and I'm going along following all the turns. Yeah, and 99 times out of 100, I don't have any problems with Google GPS. And I come up on a gate. I come up on like where it looks like I'm entering the housing community, and there's like a gate there. It's completely closed off. I can't get through. I'm like, what the heck? And I go to call the customer. It goes straight to voicemail. I go to message the customer and sit there a minute or two, no reply. I actually don't get a reply, and I don't see the reply until well after the delivery's been made, when after I get home and I'm logged off and everything. And I still don't know how that works. I don't know if these customers just take a while to reply, or if there's a really long delay in the DoorDash system. They go to customer sends a message, and then it takes like 20 minutes for me to get it. I don't know. Um, but anyway, so I turned around and the GPS rerouted basically, and I came in. It was an additional 2 miles, so this ended up being 650. This was actually like 6 miles because I was only like at that gate. it said I was only like maybe 400 or 500 yards away from the customer. But then I had to turn around and come back and take another route, and that was like over 2 miles. And then anyway, but I delivered it. And after I logged off, came home and everything, I saw 2 messages from the customer. They said, "Well, if you came in from this street, you went the wrong way. You're supposed to come in from this other street." Okay, number one, I did not go the wrong way. That was GPS directing me that way. GPS went the wrong way. That's number one. Number two, put it in your instructions. Put it in your damn instructions. Do not try to come to the housing community from this road. Make sure you come in from that road. How hard is it to put it in the goddamn instructions? And then I delivered it. Went back to it was about 11 a.m., went back to the parking area that I usually go to. Wasn't getting any orders. I was sitting there right in front of McDonald's, and there was no line. Well, a little bit of a line, but it wasn't backed up, and McDonald's sounded good. So I'm like, I'm just going to log off, get something to eat. McDonald's sounds good, and call it a day. I only made for yesterday and today combined less than what I usually make in one day. I mean, so a bad 2 days. Today's 7 deliveries, $62, drove 57 miles. I was logged in for almost 5 hours, just active 2 hours, 13 minutes. But anyway, that is it for the failed birthday dash. At this point, just try to, I guess, like salvage whatever's left of my birthday here. Again, this is Joe, the 50-something Dasher. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos, and we'll catch you next time.